In Anchorage, Alaska, former U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin met to address pressing global issues. The summit, set against Alaska's rugged wilderness, was marked by a powerful display of American air power. Two B-2 Spirit stealth bombers conducted a flyover, signaling strength and deterrence. This meeting, the first in over 3 years, aimed to de-escalate tensions over strategic arms control, cybersecurity, and Arctic competition. The world watched to see if this engagement could yield breakthroughs or highlight divisions between the nuclear powers. The decision to pair talks with a military demonstration projected confidence and resolve. The B-2 flyover was a deliberate signal of U.S. technological capabilities and military posture. Analysts worldwide scrutinized the summit's details for deeper meaning. The Anchorage summit reminded us that diplomacy often occurs in the shadow of military power. The events set a precedent, blending peace overtures with a show of force, leaving the international community to ponder future implications. The summit was about more than two leaders. It was about global stability's future. The summit was convened amidst escalating international friction, primarily due to the impending expiration of the New START treaty. Both sides recognized the urgent need for dialogue to extend or replace the treaty, preventing an unchecked arms race. Key foreign policy and national security team members attended, underscoring the comprehensive agenda. Recent cyber incidents and increased Arctic military activity heightened concerns, making the summit a critical opportunity to establish clear red lines. The meeting was framed as pragmatic, focusing on mutual interests and managing a competitive relationship. It wasn't expected to reset relations, but aimed to prevent strategic stability's breakdown. The discussions in Anchorage were among the year's most consequential diplomatic efforts. The summit's goal was to manage a deeply competitive relationship, not to produce a grand bargain. Anchorage, Alaska, was a symbolic and strategic summit location, bridging North America and the Russian Far East. This proximity made Alaska a neutral ground, avoiding political complexities of Washington or Moscow. Alaska, a hub of American military power, reinforced the U.S. strategic posture. The state's role in global economic and environmental competition added relevance. As Arctic ice melts, new shipping lanes and resource access open up, highlighting shared interests. The historical context of Alaska, purchased from Russia in 1867, added another dimension. It reminded us of a time when pragmatic negotiation was possible. The choice of Alaska suggested a foundation for constructive engagement still exists. The summit's location underscored interconnectedness, particularly in the Arctic domain. It provided context for discussing resource management and environmental cooperation. The choice of Alaska was a nod to shared history and potential for engagement. The B-2 Spirit bomber's flyover was the day's most dramatic element, coinciding with the summit's opening. The maneuver, executed flawlessly, served as a powerful strategic message. It demonstrated peace through strength, a core tenet of U.S. national security. The B-2, a crown jewel of America's strike capability, showcased U.S. military reach and technological superiority. The flyover was a non-escalatory reminder of military power underpinning diplomacy. It communicated that while the U.S. was willing to talk, it was prepared to defend its interests. The B-2's silent passage added gravity to the discussions below. The flyover was a carefully calibrated tactic, impactful yet less provocative than other military displays. It reinforced America's commitment to allies and ability to project power globally. The B-2's capabilities make it a key component of the U.S. nuclear triad. The flyover was an integral part of the summit's message, shaping the negotiating environment. The summit's central issue was strategic stability and arms control, focusing on the New START treaty's extension. The U.S. pushed for a broader framework, including tactical nuclear warheads, while Russia emphasized missile defense and space weaponization. Arctic competition was another critical topic, with discussions on deconfliction mechanisms and maritime navigation rights. Scientific cooperation on climate change in the Arctic was explored as a potential area for collaboration. Cybersecurity and interference in domestic affairs were major discussion pillars. The US presented evidence of recent cyber attacks, aiming to establish clearer norms in cyberspace. Regional conflicts, including Ukraine and Syria, were addressed, providing a platform for direct communication. The summit aimed to prevent miscalculations and explore potential de-escalation. The comprehensive agenda underscored the multifaceted challenges defining the US-Russia relationship. Every issue is interconnected, making progress on one front dependent on movement on another. The summit sought to create a more predictable and stable digital environment. The discussions highlighted the complexities of modernizing arms control. Reactions within the US were divided, with supporters praising the summit as bold diplomacy and critics warning of legitimizing Russia. The B-2 flyover was seen as a masterful display of strength by supporters, but a hollow gesture by critics. Russian media portrayed the summit as a diplomatic victory, emphasizing equal treatment by the US. The B-2 flyover was downplayed, with Russia highlighting its own military capabilities. Global reactions reflected great power competition dynamics, with allies cautiously supporting dialogue. China watched keenly, portraying the US as aggressive. International organizations welcomed direct communication, hoping for New START treaty extension. NGOs expressed concern that military displays could undermine diplomacy. The summit was seen as a vital step toward reducing nuclear risks. The B-2 flyover was a reminder of the military power underpinning diplomacy. The summit's outcomes remain to be seen, with both sides offering measured interpretations. The August 17, 2025 summit in Anchorage blended high-stakes diplomacy with military power. The meeting covered contentious issues, from Arctic competition to cybersecurity. Alaska's choice highlighted geographic and strategic proximity, while the B-2 flyover symbolized American strength. The summit reopened a critical communication channel, potentially paving the way for substantive negotiations. Diplomacy and military strength are two sides of the same coin in modern geopolitics. The B-2 flyover was integral to the message, shaping the negotiating environment. The summit illustrated that dialogue often relies on understanding each side's conflict capacity. The world faces a critical question: can diplomacy alone navigate 21st century challenges? The answer will shape global stability, determining the path forward. The summit underscored the complex interplay between diplomacy and military might. The future of global politics hinges on managing competition, cooperation, or confrontation.